20 and 210. Visibility 21. Temperature 25. Dew point 15. QNH 1011. Remarks, no pattern work. No light aircraft accepted at this time. File flight plan prior to contacting ATC. Landing runways 25 right and 25 left. Departing runways 18 and 25 center. Contact approach on 125.35 when arriving from the north and east and south and west. Advise on initial contact. You have information Papa.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Cathay 288 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Papa.
Lufthansa Cargo 364 Heavy, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Taxi to parking, Lufthansa Cargo 364 Heavy. Cathay 288 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Delta 550 Victor Alpha, ready for pushback with information Papa.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, ready for pushback with information Papa.
Atera 3114, taxi to runway 25 center, contact tower when ready. Condor 44. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, pushback approved.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, China Southern 65.
Pushback approved, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
China Southern 6598, taxi to runway 25 center, contact tower when ready.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Condor 44.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Indonesia 456, request taxi to gate B42 at the Terminal 1 Concourse B. China Eastern 818 November, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Ocean 503 Bravo Romeo Heavy, ready for pushback with information Papa, requesting runway 18.
Indonesia 456, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Taxi to parking, Indonesia 456. Standby, Hotel Bravo Hotel Romeo Tango. Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 4 Uniform X-Ray, ready to taxi with information Papa. Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 82 Delta, request taxi to gate B22 at the Terminal 1 Concourse B West. Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Thai 453 Super, ready to taxi. Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 4 Uniform X-Ray, ready to taxi to runway 25 center with information Papa. Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Beyond 091, request taxi to parking. Lufthansa 4 Uniform X-Ray, taxi to runway 25 center, contact tower when ready. Beyond 091, contact Flughafen Frankfurt tower on 118.77. Lufthansa 82 Delta, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, ready to taxi with information Papa.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 907, request taxi to gate B10 at the Terminal 1 Concourse B West. Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 907, request taxi to gate B10 at the Terminal 1 Concourse B West.
Slug 8 in Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 454 Super, ready for pushback, requesting runway 25 center.
Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, runway 18, taxi via November 5, November, contact tower when ready. Lufthansa 454 Super, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Slug 8 in Frankfurt ground, Ocean 503 Bravo Romeo Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 18 with information for PA.
Ocean 503 Bravo Romeo Heavy, runway 18, taxi via November, contact tower when ready. Lufthansa 907, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxiing to runway 18 via November, Ocean 503 Bravo Romeo Heavy.
Taxiing to runway 18 via November 5, November, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Beyond 091, request taxi to parking. Thai 453 Super, pushback approved. Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Delta 550 Victor Alpha, ready to taxi with information Papa. Pushback approved, Thai 453 Super. Beyond 091, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Taxi to parking, Beyond 091. Delta 550 Victor Alpha, runway 25 center, taxi via November 3, Lima, Lima 3, contact tower when ready. Emirates 606 Victor Alpha Super, contact Flughafen Frankfurt Tower on 118.77.
Contacting Slug 8 in Frankfurt Tower on 118.77, Emirates 606 Victor Alpha Super.
Taxiing to runway 25 center via November 3, Lima, Lima 3, Delta 550 Victor Alpha. Lufthansa 4 Uniform X-Ray, taxi to waypoint via November.
Slug 8 in Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 454 Super, ready to taxi to runway 25 center.
Lufthansa 454 Super, taxi to runway 25 center, contact tower when ready.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Cathay 288 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Papa.
Ocean 503 Bravo Romeo Heavy, taxi to waypoint via November, November 5.
Contacting Slug 8 in Frankfurt ground on 121.8, Speedbird 82 Heavy.
Cathay 288 Heavy, runway 25 center, taxi via November, November 1, Lima 1, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 25 center via November, November 1, Lima 1, Cathay 288 Heavy. Slug 8 in Frankfurt ground, Speedbird 82 Heavy, request taxi to gate A58 to the Terminal 1 Concourse A West.
Speedbird 8. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, taxi to waypoint via November 5.
Taxiing to waypoint via November 5, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Thai 453 Super, runway 18, taxi via Lima, Yankee, November, contact tower when ready. Thomas Cook 4939, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, Thomas Cook 4939.
Taxiing to runway 18 via Lima, Yankee, November, Thai 453 Super. Ocean 503 Bravo Romeo Heavy, runway 18, taxi via Lima, Lima 17, November, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 18 via Lima, Lima 17, November, Ocean 503 Bravo Romeo Heavy.
Condor 44, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Condor 44.
Lufthansa 454 Super. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, taxi to runway 18, contact tower when ready. Lufthansa 1984 Heavy, hold position.
Holding position, Lufthansa 1984 Heavy. Taxiing to runway 18, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy. Thank you, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Lufthansa 341, continue straight ahead. Lufthansa 341, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, Lufthansa 341.
Flag from Frankfurt ground, Ethiopian 706, request taxi to gate C6 of the Terminal 1 Concourse B.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Emirates 4 Romeo Kilo Heavy, request taxi to K6 at the Concourse K. Ethiopian 706, continue straight ahead. Ethiopian 706, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, Ethiopian 706.
Emirates 4 Romeo Kilo Heavy, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Taxi to parking, Emirates 4 Romeo Kilo Heavy. Thomas Cook 4939, give way to aircraft on your right.
Give way to aircraft, Thomas Cook 4939.
Ocean 503 Bravo Romeo Heavy, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Ocean 503 Bravo Romeo Heavy.
Contacting Flughafen Frankfurt Tower on 118.77, Delta 550 Victor Alpha. Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 412, request taxi to parking. Lufthansa 412, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Taxi to parking, Lufthansa 412. Condor 44, contact Flughafen Frankfurt Tower on 118.77.
Contacting Flughafen Frankfurt Tower on 118.77, Condor 44.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 1984 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Quebec, requesting runway 18.
Lufthansa 1984 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Lufthansa 1984 Heavy. Holding position, Lufthansa 341.
Thomas Cook 4939, hold position.
Holding position, Thomas Cook 4939.
Flyer 35 November, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, Flyer 35 November.
Lufthansa 341, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Lufthansa 341.
Thomas Cook 4939, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Thomas Cook 4939. Thank you, good day, Speedbird 82 Heavy.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Bill 4001, ready to taxi with information Quebec. Bill 4001, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Bill 4001. Emirates 4 Romeo Kilo Heavy, continue straight ahead. Continuing ahead, Emirates 4 Romeo Kilo Heavy. Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Emirates 4 Romeo Kilo Heavy, request taxi to stand F233 at the cargo north. Emirates 4 Romeo Kilo Heavy, taxi to cargo north stand F233 via. Taxiing to cargo north stand F233 via, Emirates 4 Romeo Kilo Heavy.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 335, request taxi to parking.
Lufthansa 335, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, Lufthansa 335.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Bo 4001, ready for pushback with information Quebec. Bo 4001, disregard last message. Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Bo 4001, ready to taxi with information Quebec. Bo 4001, taxi to runway 25 center, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 25 center, Bo 4001.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 1984 heavy, ready to taxi to runway 18 with information Quebec.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Virgin 1650 heavy, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
Virgin 1650 heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. Lufthansa 1984 heavy, runway 18, taxi via November 8, November, contact tower when ready.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Virgin 1650 heavy.
Taxiing to runway 18 via November 8, November, Lufthansa 1984 heavy.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Shuttle 7 Victor Romeo, ready for pushback with information Quebec, requesting runway 18.
Flughafen Frankfurt ground, Speedbird 312 heavy, request taxi to parking. Shuttle 7 Victor Romeo, pushback approved, tail to the north. Speedbird 312 heavy, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Hansaline 921, request permission to cross runway 25 center. Pushback approved.
Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, contact Flughafen Frankfurt Tower on 118.77.
Contacting Flughafen Frankfurt Tower on 118.77, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Lufthansa 48 Delta, wind 150 at 8, number 5, runway 25 right, cleared to land.
Flughafen Frankfurt Tower, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, ready for departure at runway 18, departing south.
Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, wind 150 at 8, runway 18, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 18, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Line up and wait runway 25 center, China Southern 6598. Airbus 671, is on final runway 25 left. Lufthansa 452 Heavy, is on final runway 25 left.
Flughafen Frankfurt Tower, Turkish 04 Alpha Victor, inbound on the ILS runway 25 left.
Airbus 671, you're already cleared to land, avoid unnecessary reports. Lufthansa 452 Heavy, roger. Flughafen Frankfurt Tower, Emirates 2 Papa Mike Super, inbound on the ILS runway 25 right with information Papa. Lufthansa 452 Heavy, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ATC instructions. I'm sorry, Lufthansa 452 Heavy. China Southern 6598, wind 150 at 8, runway 25 center, cleared for takeoff, fly runway heading until at or above 5,000 feet. Line up and wait runway 25 center, Delta 550 Victor Alpha. Emirates 2 Papa Mike Super, wind 150 at 8, number 5, runway 25 right, cleared to land.
Going around, make right traffic runway 25 right, Turkish 04 Alpha Victor.
Turkish 04 Alpha Victor, contact Langen radar on 125.35. Speedbird 916 Super, when able turn left and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final.
Roger, Condor 44.
Delta 550 Victor Alpha, wind 150 at 8, runway 25 center, cleared for takeoff. Flughafen Frankfurt Tower. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, frequency change approved, good day. Condor 23.
Frequency change approved. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, good day.
Wilco, Condor 2363.
Thank you, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Contacting range and radar on 125.35. Red. Maintain 5000, maintain 5000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 16 to approach.
Alaska 128 is 6 nautical miles northeast of Dwight Field at 17,500 feet, requesting GPS approach runway 16 right at Seattle.
Alaska 153 Alpha Oscar, descend and maintain 3000.
Descend and maintain 5000. Maintain 5000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 16 center. Cargo Lux 13 kilo heavy.
Mike Sierra Tango November Golf, turn left heading 340. Turn left heading 340, November 2013 heavy. Mike Sierra Tango November Golf, descend and maintain 5000. Alaska 153 Alpha Oscar, turn right heading 070, descend and maintain 3000. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, reduce speed to 230 knots. Lufthansa.
Reduce speed to 230 knots, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Turn left heading 070, Lufthansa 488.
November 1 Tango Juliet, descend and maintain 3000.
Descend and maintain 3000, November 1 Tango Juliet.
Alaska 943, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9.
Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9, Alaska 943.
November 1 Tango Juliet, turn right heading 070. Turkish 313 Tango Kilo Heavy is 2 nautical miles west of Jefferson County International at 15,400 feet, requesting ILS approach any runway at Seattle.
Endeavour 957 is 3 nautical.
Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, turn right heading 340, descend and maintain 4000.
Turn right heading 340, descend and maintain 4000, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Lufthansa 4. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, increase speed to 230 knots.
Increase speed to 230 knots, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy. Endeavour 957, requesting descent to 4500.
Mike Sierra Tango November Golf, descend and maintain 3000. November 1 Tango Juliet, turn right heading 130, descend and maintain 3000, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 16 right approach.
Descend and maintain 3000, Mike Sierra Tango November Golf. Turn right heading 130, descend and maintain 3000, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 16 right, November 1 Tango Juliet. Turn right heading 070, descend and maintain 3000, Mike Sierra Tango November Golf.
November 1 Tango Juliet, maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, turn left heading 250, descend and maintain 5000.
Turn left heading 250, descend and maintain 5000, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
November 2013 Heavy, request frequency change. November 2013 Heavy, request frequency change.
Mike Sierra Tango November Golf, turn right heading 130, maintain 3000, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 16 right approach. November 2013 Heavy, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ATC instructions. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, turn left heading 190. Turkish 313 Tango Kilo Heavy, descend and maintain 5000. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, turn left heading 190, descend and maintain 4000, maintain 4000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 16 center approach.
Turn left heading 190, descend and maintain 4000, maintain 4000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 16 center, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Lufthansa 488, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9.
Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9, Lufthansa 488.
November 2013 Heavy, maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final.
Maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final, November 2013 Heavy.
November 1 Tango Juliet, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9. Maple 370 Super, reduce speed to 230 knots.
Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy is 6 nautical miles west of Bandera State at 11,000 feet, requesting GPS approach runway 16 center at Seattle.
Reduce speed to 230 knots, Maple 370 Super.
Airport in sight, November 2013 Heavy. Japan Air 283 Mike Hotel is 3 nautical.
Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, turn right heading 190, descend and maintain 3000, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 16 center approach.
Turn right heading 190, descend and maintain 3000, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 16 center, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Turn right heading 250, Maple 370 Super. Delta 604, continuous filed, expect the ILS approach runway. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, turn left heading 130, descend and maintain 3000, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 16 center approach.
Turn left heading 130, descend and maintain 3000, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 16 center, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Mike Sierra Tango November Golf, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9. Turn right heading 210, Maple 370 Super.
Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9, Mike Sierra Tango November Golf. Thank you, good day, Mike Sierra Tango November Golf.
Endeavour 957, descend and maintain 5000. Japan Air 283 Mike Hotel, continuous filed, expect the ILS approach runway 16 right at Seattle. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9. American Force.
Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Roger, American 46.
Alaska 153 Alpha Oscar.
Seattle Tower, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 16 center.
Thank you, good day, Lufthansa 5792. Wilco, Alaska 153 Alpha Oscar.
Going around, November 1 Tango Juliet.
November 1 Tango Juliet, go around, fly runway heading runway 16 right.
Going around, fly runway heading runway 16 right, November 1 Tango Juliet.
Seattle Tower, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 16 center.
Lufthansa 5792, contact Seattle Center on 127.0. Wilco, Lufthansa 488. China Southern 5507 Heavy, wind 180 at 3, runway 1. Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, wind 180 at 3, number 2, runway 16 center, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 16 center, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Virgin 4939, wind 180 at 3, runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff.
Seattle Tower, Delta 868 Heavy is 13 nautical miles to the north at 4,500 feet, inbound for landing.
Delta 23 Heavy, line up and wait runway 16 left.
Gear up for takeoff, runway 16 left, Virgin 4939. Line up and wait runway 16 left, Delta 23 Heavy.
Horizon 2217, request frequency change.
China Southern 5507 Heavy, contact Seattle Center on 127.0.
Seattle Tower, Turkish 313 Tango Kilo Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 16 right.
Mike Sierra Tango November Golf, when able turn left, contact ground on the taxiway.
Wilco, Mike Sierra Tango November Golf. Seattle Tower, Maple 370 Super, inbound on the ILS runway 16 right.
Virgin 4939, please follow instructions. Turkish 313 Tango Kilo Heavy, wind 180 at 3, number 1, runway 16 right, cleared to land. Delta 868 Heavy, wind 180 at 3, number 2, runway 16 center, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 16 center, Delta 868 Heavy.
Contacting Seattle Center on 127.0, Horizon 2217.
Seattle Tower, Skywest 3813, inbound on the ILS runway 16 center.
500.
Seattle Tower, Qantas 357 Super,
400.
ready for departure, runway 16 left, departing straight out.
Delta 23 Heavy, wind 180 at 3, runway 16 left,
100.
cleared for takeoff.
50.
Qantas 357 Super,
30.
line up and wait
20.
runway 16 left.
Retard.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 left, Delta 23 Heavy. Number 3, cleared to land, runway 16 center, Skywest 3813.
Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, when able turn left, contact ground on the taxiway.
Wilco, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Seattle Tower, American 46, inbound on the ILS runway 16 right.
Seattle Tower, November 1 Tango Juliet, inbound on the visual runway 16 right.
Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Seattle Tower, Delta 6.
Crossing runway 16 left, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Wilco, Turkish 313 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Delta 604, wind 180 at 3, number 3, runway 16 right, cleared to land.
Number 2, clear to land, runway 16 right, American 46.
Number 3, cleared to land, runway 16 right, Delta 604. November 1 Tango Juliet, enter left downwind runway 16 left.
Enter left downwind runway 16 left, November 1 Tango Juliet.
Delta 868 Heavy, when able turn left, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco. Maple 370 Super, when able turn left, contact ground on the taxiway.
Wilco, Maple 370 Super. Seattle ground, Southwest 2747, ready for pushback with information Juliet. Seattle ground, Singapore 27 Heavy, ready to taxi with information India. Seattle ground, Philippines 125 Papa Romeo Heavy, ready for pushback with information Juliet.
Turkish 313 Tango Kilo Heavy, taxi to South Terminal Gate S15, hold short of 34 Center 16 Center. Singapore 27 Heavy, continue taxi. Southwest 2747, pushback approved, tail to the east. Lift Hansa 488, taxi to South Terminal Gate S9 via.
Continue taxi, Singapore 27 heavy.
Southwest 2747, disregard last message. Taxiing to South Terminal Gate S9 via, Lufthansa 488. Southwest 2747, hold position. KLM 6969, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo, Charlie, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Alaska 751 Delta 10 Ray, hold position.
Seattle ground, Delta 868 heavy, request taxi to gate A6 at the Terminal A.
Holding position, Alaska 751 Delta 10 Ray.
Stand by, Alitalia 019 India Tango.
Alitalia 019 India Tango, runway 16 left, taxi via Alpha, Charlie, contact tower when ready. Mike Sierra Tango November Golf, taxi to Terminal North Gate N11, hold short of 34 center 16 center.
Taxiing to Terminal North Gate N11, will hold short of 34 center 16 center, Mike Sierra Tango November Golf. Seattle ground, Skywest 3813, request taxi to gate A12 at the Terminal A.
Skywest 3813, taxi to Terminal at Gate A12 via Mike, Bravo, hold short of 34 right 16 left.
Taxiing to Terminal at Gate A12 via Mike, Bravo, will hold short of 34 right 16 left, Skywest 3813.
Delta 868 Heavy, taxi to Terminal at Gate A6 via.
Taxiing to Terminal at Gate A6.
Seattle ground, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, request taxi to gate S15 at the South Terminal.
Maple 370 Super, hold short of runway 16 left. Maple 370 Super, correction, stand by.
Crossing runway 16 center, American 46.
Maple 370 Super, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Mike Sierra Tango November Golf, cross runway 16 left, please expedite.
Crossing runway 16 left, Maple 370 Super.
Condor 2090 Delta Heavy, taxi to South Terminal Gate S15 via Bravo.
Pushback approved, tail to the south.
Taxiing to South Terminal Gate S15 via Bravo, Condor 2090 Delta Heavy.
Maple 370 Super, you were already instructed to cross the runway.
Roger, Maple 370 Super.
Thank you, good day, Lufthansa 488. Philippines 125 Papa Romeo Heavy, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo, Charlie, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 16 left via Bravo, Charlie, Philippines 125 Papa Romeo Heavy.
Delta 604, request permission to cross runway 16 center.
Seattle ground, Maple 370 Super, request taxi to parking.
Thank you, good day, Lufthansa 488. Maple 370 Super, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Delta 604, cross runway 16 center, please expedite.
Taxi to parking, Maple 370 Super.
Crossing runway 16 center, Delta 604. Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy, request permission to cross runway 16 right. Seattle ground, United 061, ready for pushback with information Juliet. Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. American 46, cross runway 16 center, please expedite.
Crossing runway 16 center, American 46.
Seattle ground, Alaska 128, request taxi to gate S11 at the south terminal.
Crossing runway 16 left, Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy. Alaska 128, cross runway 16 center, please expedite.
Crossing runway 16 center, Alaska 128.
American 46, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Seattle ground, Delta 604, request taxi to gate A4 at the terminal A. Delta 604, taxi to terminal at gate A4 via Papa.
Seattle ground, Alaska 128, request taxi to gate S11 at the south terminal.
Taxiing to terminal at gate A4 via Papa, Delta 604.
Thank you, good day, Maple 370 Super.
Seattle ground, Southern Air 1077, ready for pushback with information Juliet. Alaska 128, taxi to south terminal gate S11 via Papa, Bravo.
Seattle ground, American 46, request taxi to parking.
American 46, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, American 46.
Seattle ground, Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy, request taxi to parking.
Thank you, good day, Alaska 153 Alpha Oscar.
Thank you, good day, Alaska 943.
Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Taxi to parking, Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy. Seattle ground, Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy, request taxi to gate S11 at the south terminal.
Delta 818 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 16 center. Seattle ground, Philippines 125 Heavy, ready for taxi to runway 16 left with information Juliet.
Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy, taxi to south terminal gate S11 via.
Seattle ground, Speedbird 945, ready for pushback with information Juliet.
Delta 818 Heavy, cross runway 16 center, please expedite.
Crossing runway 16 center, Delta 818 Heavy.
Seattle ground, Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy, request taxi to gate S9 at the south terminal.
Seattle ground, Southwest 2747, ready for pushback with information Juliet.
Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy, taxi to south terminal gate S9 via. Southwest 2747, pushback approved, tail to the east. Taxiing to south terminal gate S9 via, Papa Hotel Romeo Victor Delta Heavy.
Pushback approved, tail to the east, Southwest 2747.
Sierra 2 Alpha Foxtrot Foxtrot, pushback approved, tail to the east.
Seattle ground, November 1 Tango Juliet, request taxi to parking.
Delta 818 Heavy, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Delta 288, hold position. Speedbird 945, pushback approved, tail to the east.
Thank you, November 1 Tango Juliet.
Seattle ground, United 061, ready to taxi with information Juliet.